Hi everyone, my name is Karen, this is my channel RatherBeReading, and today I'm bringing to you my 2018 goals check-in. So in January I set myself a bunch of different reading and channel goals for myself, and this is just a video where we're going to go through those goals and kind of see how I'm tracking with them, if I'm on track, if I've met them, if I'm behind, how we're going. So let's jump in and talk about all of the goals. So to start off with my reading goals that I set for myself, the first reading goal I had was just the Goodreads reading challenge, and I set my Goodreads reading challenge this year at 200 books. I thought that was definitely achievable. I have read over 200 books in the previous 2 years, in 2016 and 2017, but I've never set my goal that high before. I typically set it somewhere in the hundreds and then end up like increasing it as the year goes on. But this year I did set it at 200, and as of the 30th of June, which is kind of the halfway point of the year, I consider, I had read 131 books. So I'm definitely on track. I think I'm ahead of probably where I was at. I didn't look into it, but I'm probably ahead of where I was at last year. And hopefully I can keep on par with that and totally blow 200 books out of the water in 2018. So my second reading goal, I have talked about this before on my channel. I have this physical spiral bound notebook where I write down every book that I want to read, including all of the books that I mark as to read on Goodreads. This notebook, however, has a lot more than just Goodreads has on it because I had this notebook before I ever had Goodreads. This notebook at the start of the year I think had 37 pages and now has approximately 39, although I don't think I've updated it with my Goodreads books for the last couple of years, so it's probably even more than that. And I'm currently working my way through page 6, if that gives you an indication of how many books there are out there that I want to read. And this would just be the tip of the iceberg, really. And so my goal for this year was to read the first 10 books on page 6. This goal I'm not doing super great with, but let's talk about it. So I've read 2. But I have DNF'd another one, so I'm counting that in like the books that I've completed because it is a book that I attempted to read. So technically I've completed 3 of the 10. However, I do have another 3 currently out from the library, and I have another 1 on request from the library, and then I own another 3 of them. So I do have basically all of them like on hand to read. So I'm still hopeful that I can complete this goal for the year. Although I recognize that 3 out of the 10, technically I'm behind, but I do still think and hope that I can get this goal achieved in 2018. My third reading goal is kind of an extension of the previous goal, and that was to read 10 of the first 20 books that I had marked as to read on Goodreads. Again, this is like, both of these goals are just kind of in the vein of trying to get around to reading some books that I have marked as to read like a really long time ago and that I've always planned to read and just never gotten around to. And so again, this one, I'm like, it's better than the other one. I've read 5 of the 20 books that I need to read 10 of. I have another 1 of them out from the library, and then I own 4 others. So if I read those 4 that I own and the 1 from the library, plus the 5 I've already read, that will be the 10. I will have achieved this goal. So I'm technically on track, like 5 we're halfway through, 5 of 10. I am on track. Again, I think I can get this done. Both this one and the other one, I've got some books that I own, so I just basically need to get around to reading those books off my physical TBR shelf that I own that meet these challenges, and then if I read all of those and the ones I've got out from the library, I can easily achieve these goals. It's just a matter of getting that done. My fourth reading goal was to read 70 books from my physical TBR that I owned prior to the beginning of 2018. So if I bought a book in 2018 and read that, it didn't count. It has to be books that I owned prior to this year. You guys, I'm really behind on this one. So I've read 23. And I rewatched that goals video in preparation for making this, and I talked about how I thought that was going to be really easy because I was in a really good rhythm with my reading my physical TBR. And shame on you, Karen, because I'm really behind. Like 23, I technically should be at what, 35 to be halfway through this, so that's like 12 books behind. Yeah, I'm still hoping that I can get this done, but library due date's been hitting me in the ass lately, so I don't know. I'm hopeful, and I want to really push to try get as close to this goal as I can because my physical TBR is just getting out of control. But yeah, I'm definitely really behind on this one. My fifth reading goal was to complete the Around the Year in 52 Books reading challenge. This is a group on Goodreads, and the idea, I think, technically of the reading challenge is that you there's a challenge for each week of the year, and you complete them. Like week 1, you'd read a book that meets that challenge, so on and so forth. I don't do it that way. I just take all 52 challenges, try to check them off throughout the year. This is the one goal, well, not the one goal, my Goodreads reading challenge as well, but I'm doing really well with this reading goal. I have checked off 39 of the 52 challenges, and I did decide to tackle it a different way this year, and I just think that's been working really well for me. So basically at the start of the year, I went through and all of the difficult books, the difficult challenges, the ones that I thought, I don't know that I'll just naturally read a book that will fit that challenge, I did assign a kind of book to, and most of those are the ones that I haven't read. So I just haven't, through my natural reading, managed to read 39 of the 52 challenges. So there are some other ones that I've got books in mind that will meet those challenges that I'll hopefully be reading in the second half of the year. And then there's like 3 or 4 that, now that we've kind of got through the halfway point of the year and I haven't naturally read a book that will meet those challenges, I'll probably need to look into and figure out a book that will specifically meet that challenge so I can make sure that I do meet it before the end of the year. But I'm very hopeful that I am going to be able to complete all 52 of these challenges this year. And the final reading goal that I set for myself was to reread 6 books/series. So if I reread a series, it only counted for like 1 of the 6. I've read 2. So I reread Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, and I've reread the Grisha trilogy. There's technically been some other rereads in the year, but not in the spirit of what I originally set this goal. So 2 of the 6, so I'm a little bit behind, but not too bad. The only thing I would like to be better about with this goal is both of those books that I've reread are books that I've read since I've been on BookTube. And when I originally set this goal, I was hoping to read a lot of books that have been on my bookshelves for years that I read a really long time ago, or really favorite books of mine that I read before BookTube, like The Book Thief and Kill a Mockingbird, that are some of my favorites. And yeah, like I said, some of those older books that I don't even remember anymore, to see whether I really love them, whether they're worth keeping on my shelves, or whether I could maybe unhaul them. So I would like to read some of those older books in the second half of the year, but 2 out of 6 I'm technically behind, but not too far behind. So I'm, again, hopeful that I can get it done. Now onto the channel goals that I set for myself. I did set 3 channel goals for myself in 2018. The first channel goal was just to try reading vlogs, and if you've been watching my channel, you know that I've been very successful at that. I have basically posted a reading vlog every week to just over a week, every week for the whole first half of 2018, and I do plan to continue with that through the rest of 2018. I think that's been working really well for me. I've been really enjoying it. I know not everyone watches my reading vlogs, because I am aware that they're really long, and a lot of people don't like long videos, and that's fine. But there are a lot of people on my channel who do seem to really enjoy the reading vlogs and like watching them and don't mind watching a longer video. So I will continue on with those because I do enjoy them. But yeah, I have definitely achieved this goal that I set for myself in 2018. My second channel goal was to try and post some non-bookish content. I mentioned in my goals video that when I originally started my channel, I had planned to do the occasional video on like TV or movies, and I just never gotten around to doing it. I have done that this year. I have posted the television tag, which is obviously about TV, and I have posted a what I watched in the first quarter of the year, where I talked about the TV and movies that I watched in that first quarter of the year. And I do plan to have a video coming up before the end of this month with what I watched in the second quarter of the year. And I always planned for it to only be like very occasional videos on this, so I definitely think I've achieved this. I mean, I could possibly do more. I do want to do some videos on like my favorite movies of all time, but I have so many favorite movies that I couldn't talk about them all in one video. I wouldn't even know how to talk about them all in one video, so I've been thinking about breaking it down by like different genres, but then sometimes it's hard to classify genres and to come up with a list. I don't know, I just haven't really gotten around to doing that. So if you have any ideas for any movie related videos that you do want to see from me, please let me know, and then that's something that I could think about filming. I'm sorry if the camera just shook when you just used the chair as a push-off point. But yeah, I definitely think I've achieved this because I have kind of branched out into doing a few occasional non-book related videos. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. And the third and final channel goal that I set for myself was a really easy one. I was pretty sure I was going to be able to achieve it. And that was just to include the ebooks that I purchase in my monthly book hauls. And I have been doing that. I've done that every month this year. There was one month where I forgot to do it when I was actually filming, but I did remember before I published the video and I filmed a little insert clip and put it into the video, so they were still included. This was just a goal that I knew I had to set myself as a goal, otherwise I would just keep forgetting to do it, and it's worked because I have remembered to do it in every month of this year, so I am really happy with that one. So that's it, you guys. Those are my reading and channel goals and how I'm doing on them. I would love to chat with you guys in the comments down below if you have any thoughts on any of my goals and how I'm doing, or how you guys are doing on any reading or channel goals. If you've got a channel that you guys set for yourself in 2018, I would love to chat about it down below. Please like this video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you want to see more of my channel. That is all I have for this video today. Bye, guys.